This is Valley News Live at 10.
Welcome to Valley News Live at 10. I'm Justin Betty. Tonight, the hunt is on for a suspect in a string of burglaries in Lakes Country. Perham police say 2 men hit the town's laundromat, a Catholic school, and a pickup truck all within a couple hours early yesterday morning. Investigators now say 1 suspect is behind bars, though they have not yet released their name. Police say the suspects first stole a substantial amount of coins from a laundromat's coin dispenser. They then hit St. Henry's Catholic School, which is under construction, and got away with some expensive tools. They then smashed a window on a pickup truck, stealing a $500 pressure gauge. Investigators say 1 suspect is booked into Otter Tail County Jail tonight on burglary and theft charges. They say formal charges are expected early next week. New tonight, North Dakota police are warning of fentanyl-laced drugs causing overdoses in the area. The Red Lake Police Department says they've had 10 just in February, just a few days. They say if you get pills from anywhere other than a pharmacy, there's a high likelihood they'll contain illegally manufactured fentanyl, which is often deadly. And White Earth Tribal Police say they've seen these blue 30 milligram, they look like Percocet pills around. They warn they are dangerous because you never know how much or how little fentanyl they contain. All right, now for a look at how much or how little snow is on the way. Here's First Alert Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. Hutch.
Justin, thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. We have an update for you on our weather system that's working its way in. We're getting an early start with a few flakes starting to show up in the light here in the Devil's Lake Basin as our weekend does bring warmer weather for some, but this snow is going to be a little bit of a challenge as we head into your Saturday. For some areas in open country especially, we could see the winds causing reduced visibility, possibly near blizzard conditions for a few isolated areas briefly. Here's a look at the snow spreading from the Devil's Lake Basin south, but the main event's up here heading in our way. It's making its way out of Saskatoon. Now you can see some heavier bands of snow. We will see some widespread areas in the north getting 1 to 4 plus inches of snow. I have an update on that. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts as we get things going, and it'll be colder up north, and that means blowing snow, icy roads, and reduced visibility. Here's a look again at that radar as we take a look at your temperatures tonight. They're very cold, 5 to 10 below for many of us. Wind chills 20 to 30 below out there. So we have a wind chill advisory, winter weather advisory in the far north. Here's an update to the snowfall potential. Now our southern counties still seeing a trace to maybe up to 2 inches. You get into Grand Forks, Thief River Falls, widespread 2 to 4 as a rule. A few of you getting even more. It looks like we're starting to see that there could be a concentrated narrow band of 3 to 5 inches, maybe a little bit more of snow, not far from you in Thief River Falls and Marshall County. I'll have an hour-by-hour update here in just a few moments.
All right, thank you, Hutch. Well, most people choose to spend more time inside when temperatures drop below 0. Some are braving the elements outdoors this week as part of an event called Freezin for a Reason. The Fargo-Moorhead Legion Riders are starting their 44-hour journey with local celebrities to help bring awareness and raise support for veterans and the homeless in our community. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling joins us now live at the Moorhead American Legion Post 21 with a look at how they're doing tonight. Aaron.
Well, Justin, what started off as a small gathering has grown into a much bigger deal, especially about raising awareness. And I'm here with Tom, who is one of those founders on this. And Tom, what's it mean for you to see so many people show up, to have that sense of bringing awareness and raising support for those in need?
Man, this has been absolutely fantastic, because usually when I get an idea I end up getting hurt, and in this case, it ended up being so positive, so many people involved, and and raising so much awareness. I mean, it's just, the awareness that we've raised has grown 200-fold, 1,000-fold than we were 3 days ago, and it's amazing.
And Tom, what type of emotion are you going to feel though whenever you guys see that money go into building that shelter at the cemetery? What's it going to be like when you see that's built?
When the ground breaks, I got a little bit teary-eyed a couple times tonight and everything, and I am now a little bit, but it's the cold actually and stuff. But yeah, so I'll be a little bit teary-eyed when the ground breaks on that, because a lot of us have worked really hard to make this happen. So we're very happy it happened.
Well, Tom, I appreciate you taking your time, and you guys have many more hours, and I know that you guys are going to be making announcements throughout the weekend. So folks, if you can, come out here, come and enjoy the cold weather here with Tom and bring awareness. And Justin, I hope that you're safe and warm back in the studio. Back to you.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you, Davis, photographer. They've been out there all evening, so you guys come in and get warm when you can. And thank you for joining us. For those now just joining us on KVLY, we've been rolling here with our news on CBS since 10 o'clock, so welcome to the newscast. Tonight, one man is facing charges after a cabin in Outing, Minnesota was destroyed in a fire Monday. Authorities say it appeared someone forced their way into the garage, which is where they found 36-year-old Tyler Opitz. Officials say he has no connection to that property. However, the exact cause of the fire has not been released. New information on an assault that put the small town of Halsted, Minnesota on lockdown earlier this week. 32-year-old Jeremy Costi is now officially charged with 2 counts of first-degree burglary and multiple assault charges. Valley News Team's Kaylee Chella joins us live in studio with the details. Kaylee.
Yeah, Justin. Well, it happened at an apartment complex in the 200 block of 2nd Avenue in Halsted on Wednesday. And newly released documents say when Norman County Sheriff's deputies arrived, they found a woman crawling on the floor, spitting up blood and bleeding profusely from her head. The woman told officers that she thought Costi had shot her. Neighbors told officers they saw Costi break into the apartment and then heard a pop that sounded like a gunshot. Officials later determined there was no gun involved. Documents say witnesses then told police Costi ran into 2 other apartments trying to hide, beating up another man along the way. He was eventually found hiding in a closet. Costi's bail has now been set at $50,000 cash or $25,000 with conditions. Meanwhile, the woman was flown to a hospital in Fargo and we're working to learn an update on her condition. Justin?
Thanks, Kaylee. One man also facing charges tonight after a cabin in Outing, Minnesota destroyed in a fire Monday. Authorities, we mentioned this before, someone forced their way into a garage. They found Tyler Opitz there. The cause of that fire has not been released. 7 people graduated from North Dakota Highway Patrol Law Training Academy today. The newly sworn-in troopers started their 21-week training back in September. They'll start their field training with assigned troopers on the 14th. The speed limit on a stretch of 19th Avenue in North Fargo recently changed. We've been hearing some complaints from people who were caught off guard by that change. Valley News Team's Alex Larson found out why it was made and whether people are playing by these new rules.
When driving on 19th Avenue, there was a zone near NDSU before you reached the interstate exits that was 50 miles per hour. That changed a couple of weeks ago.
It's not very often we adjust them, but we do occasionally do it, probably once a year, once every other year in different areas.
So, are drivers following the new speed limit? Let's find out. I took speeds on 19th Avenue where the limit changed for a half hour. For the most part, drivers were pretty consistent with following the new speed limit. But why did it change?
Oh, every once in a while we take a look at how developments happened in certain areas, and we look at what the posted speed is. And if it's high speed over 45 miles an hour, we take a look at see what's happening and see if we have to adjust them downward.
A little further north, it changed too.
Like a year ago, we looked at County Road 20, which is north of the airport, and then 19th Avenue North. So with the Amazon facility going up there, we wanted the current speed limit was 50. We wanted to lower it because that's a high speed road. So we decided to drop it down to 40 miles an hour.
With the previously posted 50 miles per hour, the zones were considered high-speed roads.
The threshold from a low-speed road to a high-speed road is 45 miles an hour. So we really want to be careful when speeds are posted 45 or higher because the crashes get to be a lot worse.
Other than safety, there are more reasons for the change of speed.
Really, it's a lot development-driven as well. You want to have consistency as you drive through towns, so that's really how they come to be.
Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Still ahead on Valley News Live at 10, we'll look at some new U.S. jobs report numbers just out today and what they tell about the country's and its progress.
And some wind chills outdoors that are mighty chilly. It's 20 to 30 below at this hour. An update to that snow forecast as it's getting started already in the Devil's Lake Basin. Your hour-by-hour forecast for a snowy weekend for some next.